Basra, I can see you. How are you? You're the first one in class. Ramuna, I can see you. How are you? Hamburger, Ramuna, how are you? I can see you all. Say hi. Stop staring. Tell a friend, tell a friend. Hey, Basra, where are you tuned in from? Let me know where you're tuned in from. Today, as it is every Tuesday, we're going to be having a business conversation. Always fun, always interesting. And today we have Chris Kirwa. I think you've all seen him. Chris Kirwa, Kate and Chris. And talk about the event industry, how exactly he is maneuver the industry. All Ramona, where are you tuned in from? Let me know where you're tuned in from. We're going to be having Kate and Chris join us in a few. Oh, Nairobi, Isli. Ah, interesting. Isili Kostalava. Actually, my dentist is in Isili. I actually come there sometimes. Yeah. Is it this sector 4? Seriously, I don't remember. Julius Onyango 58. How are you? Let me know where you're tuned in from. Abby Coogs, I can see you. Julius, where are you tuned in from? Uko pande gani Nairobi or this part of the world? So Basra sema Isili Kukopoa. I was trying to get that Isili. What's it called? The Walalo accent. Barigani. Oh, so Tik. Interesting. So Tik is on my way to my shags. Wow. So all over. So Tik Kosalama. Just here listening to Otile Brown. I'm such a fan. So Tik Kosalama. Jesse Jess, let me know where you're tuned in from. Tell a friend to tell a friend. You're going to be having a conversation today with Chris Kirwa, one of the co-founders of Kate and Chris, one of the biggest events companies, just to find out how exactly he's doing. And also he has a very interesting story that I would like you guys just to stay tuned to listen to. Watu wanatokanga mbali. And I was just listening to some of his stories. Watu hutoka mbali. Eddie Onjala, I can see you. Let me know where exactly you're tuned in from. Tell a friend to join in for this interesting conversation. I'm just waiting for Chris, Kate and Chris to just join us, and he'll be doing that in a few. But before, yeah, just let me know where you're tuned in from. Where are you tuned in from? Which part of this Kenya or the world you're from? Share a story, kidogo. Let me just see you. Don't just join in and just tell who's this guy. You look so happy. Litia, there was a shout out. Yes, uko wapi? It. How do you say your name? It's Zirian. I hope I said it right. It's Zirian. Stanley Kwambugu. Hello, how are you doing? Where are you tuned in from? Cash. Where are you tuned in from? Cash Kid of. Oh my goodness, you're from the UK. How's the UK? Which part of the UK are you from? Which part of the UK are you from? I said it right. Yes, it's Zidian. My goodness, nimejaribu. Cash Kid. Let me know which part of the UK are you tuned in from. That's quite interesting. Someone from the UK is tuned. The closest I've come to UK is watching Arsenal. She'll be there sometime soon. I'd hoped this year to go to the UK, but well, we are here. Abraham99 is saying hello. Hey, Mambo, where are you tuned in from? Let me know. I can see Domi. Oh, I'm not majina hapa. But I can see Chelsea at the end. Chris Kiro Nonasha join. I like to make this conversation quite long, so I want just to start with Chris. Abraham, I see Chris already. And I can- Red Layers Entertainment, how are you doing? It's Zinian. Oh, Rongai, Kenya. Oh, Maria Ronga. Chris.
Hey, Sasa.
What's that, Mambo?
Not bad.
I know you're a man who's always ahead of time, but Instagram lazima ungoje.
Uh, yeah, you know now we had discussed and said let's wait until so I can join in after like 4 minutes. So nimeona 4 minutes
Yes.
imefika, nikasema wacha nikaribie.
Wacha ingie. No,
Yes.
uko nyumbani already set. We are just coming from work. Nimesema wacha tu nikae tu hapa nisichange, nitachelewa.
I was also out. I've just come back. So yeah, so I'm home now. Yeah.
How was your day? Chaweza kujua siku yako imekuwaje?
Nowadays the day is it's slower than what we are used to. It's not as fast as it should. But yeah.
And I know you're always a man of chap.
Unajua sa, because of the nature of the work we do, so it's always, it moves in very fast. It's a very fast business, and with a lot of things. You know, an event is not your daily occurrence. It's not a routine. Irrespective of what event you're doing, it's never a routine, because a lot of variables and a lot of things, you're controlling so many things within a short time and within specific confines of whatever objective it is. So you, as much as you have the experience, it's not automatic that things will just be easy. Yeah. So.
And I know, so many things may change. Our routines have changed. COVID has literally disrupted everything. So I know even for me, I just probably just go to shoot probably, what's it called, once in a week, and it's always via Zoom. So many things have changed. Even kama si COVID hata ingekuwa hapa Instagram. How has things changed on your end? How's your routine? How much disruption have you had?
It's been obviously, the events industry has been quiet since January. So that the silence, we are just like airlines. We are just like hospitality industry. Some, especially the 5 stars and all those guys who probably depend on foreign tourists that come in. And then us also, part of the events we do are conferences that come in from outside the country. We also, the month of December is normally, month of January is normally what we call the
things may slow down.
It's a strategy.
I'm saying,
So it's a strategy time for a lot of companies that do team building. So you organize conferences around that, meaning now guys are reviewing how the year was, 2019, and now they plan how the year will be in 2020. So that then occupies event managers between the month of February to around March. Then April, now events begin in earnest.
Things that's happening.
Yes,
so December, I bet December is usually so busy.
No, from as early as August, the event industry is extremely very busy.
From August.
From August, it's very busy. It's extremely, In fact, nowadays it had changed. It was no longer, we were no longer waiting for it to pick up. Sometimes there are guys who had work in January, for example. Like us, we normally do our event for elite MCs. So we do it in January. So that's a whole event that that all the who is who in MCing industry, that's why we call it elite MCs, will meet. And so as much as the MCs are coming to just attend an event and be among their peers and enjoy themselves, share what they experience, because that's what it is, network with other fellow MCs, because we rarely see each other, we are too busy. So as much as those guys are networking like that, For us, it's an event because it means we've been planning it all that the whole of
Oh,
December.
that's right.
Yeah, so we
And
never
let me
rest.
just,
So we
wow.
never rest.
So things,
We rarely rest. So maybe
uh,
after the elite MCs, which normally happens at the beginning of the year, it can be before
yeah,
10th of January. Then now we
uh-huh.
go on off or rather holiday.
And,
Because you see, we don't
yeah,
do, when you guys are busy partying on 31st, on 25th, 24th, 1st of
Mina
November,
Koraka,
October, as we are busy.
you're busy organizing.
So that's the difference here.
Interesting. So you want to see, just say primarily, okay, on normal occurrences, maybe COVID, dengue, and everything. So from August to December, it's usually quite busy, and then it starts picking again from April on the normal occurrence, or rather the normal cycle of events.
Yeah, it
From
used
your
to be like
experience.
that. It used to be like that, but it changed. Where you find now people are beginning to be busy even as early as January, which was rare. So especially 2020 was predicted to be a very busy month for the
Yeah.
events industry. So everybody was actually gearing up because a lot of things had been lined up to happen. So
And
yeah, so it's
this
not.
disruption, Sasa, let me just find out how this disruption, Kwanza, it may affect your schedule or maybe your planned events. How exactly has it been? Because you know it got everybody off guard, and most of what's it called, the events industry, or any particular industry whereby people are coming together. How much has it disrupted maybe your plans that you had this year?
Almost 90% disruption for us and even 100% to other people. Because you see, let me give you the scenario. You know, we sometimes we read and we see guys saying, oh, you know, in the month of May, we were now told we need to go on half salary. And you see people grumbling online. Then you hear, oh, you know, now we've been told there's no work. So we are going to go on half pay.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, both. Some of us have not done business since December. So it
Wow.
means we've not had an income from January to now that I'm talking to you. It's only that
That's
maybe the events
8
industry.
months.
Yeah, it's been 8 months of zero income. So when people talk about, oh, I'm on half salary, you know, now, oh, we've been told to go home a bit, but we are still events, people have not had a single coin coming into their side from that side.
8 months.
Yes.
And so I'm sure 8 months or whatever. I'm sure, what's it called? Or rather, let me just find out what have you been up to for the 8 months. Because the industry has been completely disrupted. What new things have you had to do, or what what's it called? Ingenious ways have you have to put in ways to survive during this period of time?
You see, the first initial
From
months
Japona
of
bypass.
COVID
Yeah.
impact on the industry was to stay safe. So for the first maybe 3 months, many
Yeah.
people who one understood what COVID impact could be. Number two, people who are big on safety. Hello, I think there was some interruption.
I can hear
I
you.
don't know what happened. Yeah, so we are good. We are good now. Okay. So
yes. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
We're good. Yeah. So obviously we stayed home. I mean, we were not going to work. So you guys could go to work. Maybe doctors were going to work. So you guys were part of the group they were calling essential services. Events people are not essential services. So you had to stay at home and follow the government safety protocols and what had been said. So we stayed at home for those. I remember there is a time I could stay in the house even for a week without moving even outside the gate. Yeah. So we stayed at home.
And I'm sure for you, because you're used to being outside, it's not you.
21:15 is the time me and you are talking right now. This was too early.
Yeah.
If I arrived home like now, the neighbors will be shocked. But
Hata mimi nashangaa, yes.
yeah, so but now we started finding ourselves from asubuhi uliamka ukaoga then unakaa. So there was that 2-3 months period where there was zero movement really, because now
Mhm.
it was proper social distancing and fear and trying to understand what is this disease. So it's that period was not really at the now at the thinking what to do. No, truth. Then
Mhm.
now by the time you clear the third month, so now you
Yeah.
start realizing this thing is not ending in a hurry. So
Mhm.
what else do you need to do? So then you look at what you want to do. You know, you cannot do anything unless you're involving people, because business is
Mhm.
about people. It's about
People,
interacting
yeah.
with people and giving
Mhm.
solutions to
Yeah.
difficulties or problems that exist. So then you
Yeah.
become a solution provider that people feel it's a good value that they can pay for.
Mhm.
Now with the entire country shut down, so it doesn't make sense now because it's shut down. So what do you do?
No movements.
No
Yeah.
movement. So do we all go and get a shamba somewhere and try and plant pixies and tomatoes and sukumas? And that time you are planting. Today I was talking to someone before this.
Yeah.
This person used to supply tomatoes and vegetables and carrots to schools. You know, schools are the biggest consumer of, of
Yeah.
farm products. There are people who
Mhm.
solely don't care. Then they have a school. Their work is just to make sure they supply fresh
Apply at school.
produce, to those schools. Now schools are closed.
Yeah.
The hotels are not working
Mhm.
because hotels are other people who consume. So it's just people at home. That is not
Mhm.
a big market. So if restaurants are not working and big hotels are not working and institutions of learning are not um, operational because everybody is home, that's a
Yeah.
whole segment cut. So do you now
True.
enter that business that you never do and start now saying now utalima, unalima aje na
Mhm.
ujai? So there is that. So eventually now, on our part now, we ended
Uh-huh.
up thinking, enyewe, maybe
Mhm.
can we explore digital side? But now our digital, how we approached this was with our experience of so many years in the industry. We said, how
Mhm.
about now we get to showcase people the behind the scenes of an events venue, because for you to
Ah,
do an event you need a venue. So any venue that you've
true.
ever attended, either your niece's birthday party or a
Yeah.
wedding or a launch of a product, a concert, conference, team building, is a venue.
True.
And 70% of the time, and this is from experience,
Uh-huh.
is you cannot be able to succeed with your event if the venue is not conducive to the
Mhm.
needs and the
That's true.
requirements and is not suitable. So, because of traveling across the country, if you ask me right now what events venues exist in Bungoma, I'll tell you. And I'll tell you their pros and cons. If you
You have
ask
been
me about
everywhere.
Kilifi, Garissa, we know, as in we've been there and
Yeah.
done that for over a lot of years.
Uh-huh.
So now we started a YouTube channel. We call it Kate Chris. It's
Yeah.
under Kate
I've
Chris
actually
Limited.
seen it.
It's
I've
called
been watching you
Event,
guys.
Event Venues KE. So now we travel and
Uh-huh.
then go behind the scenes, because most of the time you'll see an event from a perspective of, oh, the guests are here, so we have launched something, and now that we've launched, now there is music,
Mhm.
Chamanangoma has happened, but you don't know what KICC is all about. So we will review KICC and show you the behind
Mhm.
the scenes of what it takes. So it's like a master
Yeah.
class for anybody who is interested in events. That's a channel you need to watch, because it gives you all these
Interesting.
ideas.
Yeah.
It gives you as in actually it's targeted to the event managers first and foremost, because the
Mhm.
event managers will always Google and say what venue exists in Laikipia. But because Kate Chris has gone out and reviewed that event, and because we use the experience of what can work, what cannot work, we use the
Mhm.
experience of, if you're doing a conference, your client will ask you what
Yeah.
what experience can we give
Yeah.
that is outside the conference room? Are there activities? What are the activities? What else can we do?
All right.
If we are doing team building, what exists in this
Yeah.
place? Accommodation,
Yeah.
their food, security. How is their food? Is it organic? You know, all those things that when you are hosting a conference in Kenya, there are so many people who will feel happy to come from
Yeah.
across the world because they will get organic food. Did you know that?
True.
While if you
Yeah.
go to another country, sorry to say, like South Africa, the food is not necessarily as organic as
True.
ours. So
Yeah.
we bring out those things. So you will sit there, Ian, and you say, okay, you want to take KTN home,
Yeah.
business coach team for a
Yeah.
team building. It's very easy for you to go to a YouTube channel and check and say, this guys reviewed this county. In this county, they say this is the best there is. Because even us, by the way, we are settling on a venue, we've done our homework.
Mm-hmm.
So we are not just
And
picking
you've
a
gone
random
everywhere.
venue and reviewing. Yeah. So if you can watch
Yeah.
what we've reviewed so far, I think we've reviewed 5 of them. We are
I'll
on
check
our
it out.
6th episode.
So it's Kate and
Yeah.
Kate and Chris on YouTube, right?
It's not Kate and Chris. There is no and. It's Kate Chris
Kate
Limited.
Chris.
Limited.
Kate Chris. I don't know. I keep on saying Kate Chris.
A lot of people say
So
that.
there's some. Yeah,
No,
I don't
Kate
know why. I
Chris.
just Kate Chris.
Yeah, Kate Chris Limited. Yeah.
All right, I'll go check it out. So there's
So
something
Kate,
very interesting
Kate,
when I just
because Kate is watching.
get
Kate,
what
can
out.
you type there and say Kate Chris Limited, and then say events venues KE, and copy the link and
Interesting.
paste on the comment section so guys can see. Kate,
Yes, very careful.
somewhere in this house watching.
There's you've been in this particular industry for quite a while, as
Yes.
in when the Babayao events.
Yeah.
And something quite interesting, I just scrolling through your Instagram page. You didn't just quite get into events, there's a story behind it. And one of the interesting pictures that got me was this one when you were dancing at Bomas of Kenya, which is quite interesting. So just take me through, because I'm just going through some of your past interviews and just trying to get to know you a bit much more. Now, I'm sure within the circles I've also interacted with you. Nipeleke, ulikuja Nairobi kutafuta pesa. What exactly were you doing? Because you only say that quite often. Ulikuja Nairobi kutupeleka pesa. So, what are some of the early hustles? The Jome hustle sana.
Why? My friend Jalango also uses that phrase a lot of tulikuja Nairobi kutafuta pesa, sio kazi. So let me explain. If you're looking for work, you might not get it easily. But if you're looking for money, you will get it because you're willing to do anything except crime that is able to give you money. So, keyword, except crime. So I'll do anything except crime to make money. So that's how it started. So long history summarized in 1 minute. Everybody has a background, and depending on your background, then it determines how you face the world and try and pull yourself up to your desired dream, which, and you know, the dreams don't end. You have to continuously try and see what you can do to your dream. So my background was a bit tough because now I came from single parent. So we had an accident, then we were in Nakuru, so stayed in hospital for almost 6 months, ICU, then 1 year home, you know, back and forth. So I didn't proceed with my education as desired, as planned, despite probably having
Where did you cut off? At what point did you cut off school?
Iliishia form 4.
Oh, what form 4 certificate kabisa? Ukaanza hustle.
Iliishia form 4, so anything else now had to be done later. Where now, first of all, you look for something to do, then now, once you've stabilized, then now you start doing whichever are small courses and teaching yourself to be able to survive. So it's bottom line, that's it. So, and that's why anything that came, including that picture of dancing in Bomas, because I wasn't actually dancing per se, but it was an opportunity that arose and there was some money. I said, how long does it take? I just do this thing. Because now, you know.
So you became a dancer?
Yeah, it was once, by the way. I never did it so many times. It was once. But I decided to put it there so that people, if you're under tough circumstances, sometimes you are forced to lower your standards and expectations and do
True.
something to pull yourself out of where you are to
Yeah.
whatever you desire. So it's not that now I was there permanently doing that. So it was a series of so many things. I mean, even when I was in Nakuru, I drove a forklift in a I think, was it a bread company or something. So it's things you do. You
Yeah.
MC here, you 1 minute you are constructing a stage, you are offering to do security,
Yeah.
you
So
1
like you
minute
too.
I was a radio presenter, I went to editing, then I ended up setting sets za vioja mahakamani in KBC.
Oh,
Uko kwa
you also in Georgia.
I used to do the sets. No, the sets, the stage,
Oh, the sets in the
the
courts.
sets. Yeah. So you see, like in your studio in KTN, if I come there, understand, I can
Yeah.
even tell you what lights needs to be. As you can understand all those things. Yeah.
Interesting.
So even when you're now doing concerts, I'll sit like this and look at my stage, and I know how I want my stage to look like. And then we fight with a lot of people, of course, because they don't understand where I'm coming. I'm coming from
Yeah.
a concert is about stage design first,
Yeah.
then quality of audio,
Mm-hmm.
then lighting, then effects.
Yeah.
In that order.
Yeah.
Let me repeat.
Stage
An event
design.
is stage design, and stage design
Yeah.
involves you sitting down, closing your eyes, and imagining you are a fan coming to watch this concert. What do they need to see?
Yeah. Yeah.
What is their viewing experience? You know, some people set up a stage that is the size of a table. Then, because there is nobody on a stage, when people come, as long as you are 5 meters away from the stage, unaona artist akiperform, the only thing unaona ni shingo. And people don't think those are experiences. Yeah, those are experiences.
True.
So if you looked at Chomanangoma, for example, the viewing experience was excellent.
True.
And then once you finish with the stage design, audio, what is the quality of your sound? You know, some people just give crap sound. So we can't allow that. So we work on it. We sit with sound engineers and find out how do we achieve a sound quality like the one I hear. You know, you have to try and achieve the studio quality of this people as long as they are singing live. And live performance is different from just playing music the way you listen to on radio. Some people don't want to take that route or work hard to achieve it. Some people just want to do things. So as we are not that type. Then what is the lighting? What is the effect? What is the security? What are the amenities in this place? You have a concert of 3,000, 5,000 people who make a toilet bill.
Flying toilet hapo.
Seriously, what are you doing? So, and some of these things sound like basics, but to some people, it's complex. It's complex, kabisa, as in, they don't. No, I guess see, if you don't engage your client and educate them, and sometimes put a stand and fight them, because you know, once the event is over, you know, nowadays, sika zamani siku za KBC, unafanya event, then nobody will complain unless somebody from a newspaper or you guys in KTN come and reviewed it. Squeezy, kila mtu akona
social media. Yeah.
Any experience they're experiencing, wanna share real time. So you can start your event at 5. At 5:15, you're either trending nicely or badly.
No, it's true. Na kila mtu anasema as it is.
Feedback is real time. So
no, it's true.
If you're not used to now going behind the scenes and thinking like that, oh, meamka tu, you want to do things, and then push yourself. Don't do things the way you saw them.
True.
You know, you guys, I know you're younger. I mean, Google exists. Google and say, okay, how did they do MTV Awards the other day? So you want to do an award ceremony, but you have completely no clue how it's done. Oh, meona tu, let's get awards, and then we will go live. Do you know what it is to go live?
That's it.
Even you guys,
it's a lot.
You know what it is to go live?
No, yes. It takes quite a lot.
And when you're going live, there is no take two.
No, it's true. Kwende. If you make a mistake, it's you.
But people risk it
Yeah.
all and go and do it. So
No, it's true, and I've seen that.
okay, say.
Yeah, and
So
probably
we are
speaking.
sometimes we are accused of being too critical and too fussy and too detailed, which is fine.
No, which is true, and I know that's something I've actually had from a lot of your friends, and I've also seen you. You're very meticulous with your work, which is very different and good. I know you're very
Yeah,
meticulous. But maybe just from your experience, maybe just because you've been doing it for quite a while, probably what's the worst experience you've had? Because I know probably everybody always wants to share the good thing. You've seen Kid and Chris, like, check me through either your worst or rather worst experience in this particular industry. Eventually, finally thought everything was fine, but not things ziko sawa.
We've not had something I can describe as worse per se, because we fight to make sure we don't reach there, and we plan and have plan A, B, C, D to make sure when a problem occurs, we are responding, not reacting. We plan the areas that people don't. Let me tell you what happens.
Yeah.
When you're hosting an international artist, for example, you find everybody will want to be part of the entourage of the international artist. Everyone, kila mtu anataka hiyo to go surround them,
I've seen that.
Take pictures, ride in the cars with them. Yeah. Nobody wants to do the hard work. Nobody wants to go to the venue and find out how is the venue like? How is the safety? What is the exit plan? How is the stage? Where will these guys sit? When he comes on stage, where is he passing? Do you know the artist to come? And then the whole place is barricaded. Somebody forgot they need an entrance of the artist to go on stage. That's when they are discovered. You'll be shocked.
Yeah.
Somebody has not cared about sound. And the artist comes there and is busy complaining this sound is bad. They even throw the mic. And then the person who is handling that particular equipment is actually okay with that. You know, there are people who are okay with mediocrity.
Yeah.
You know that.
I know you're not one of them. I know you're not one of them.
And we are not being critical. We are just saying everybody has their own standards. And so in terms of worst, the worst thing that we go through is fighting that. Fighting somebody who has a mindset of they don't care or they don't know and they don't care. Hakuna kitu mbaya kama hiyo. Ukutane na mtu, they don't know. Then now they don't care. And then add the fact that they have authority. And they have a vote on the table. You know, hakuna kitu mbaya kuja kwa table. Now you have no knowledge of what you. It's like me now waking up and going to the front line where the health workers are working, making sure we guys are safe from COVID. And because I have authority and because I have a vote, I go and challenge the doctors and tell them, no, we cannot do it like that. That's not important. Just because I can. Understand? So anybody that comes then to our field and is insisting on things and refusing to listen to what we are telling them and insisting that's how they will do it, that is the worst experience that we go through. That's the best.
Interesting. No, I've actually even seen that because I know maybe they're the ones handling the budget and all that. I know those dramas. And something quite interesting is that I just over the years, I know you've handled quite so many big events. And I know just going back, probably in 2010, when I was still in high school, you handled the trophy coming to, is it 2009 when the trophy was still coming to Kenya?
Yeah, that was.
And all. And there's so many big events that you've handled.
Yeah.
How do you get these deals? As in, I know there's a lot of people always wondering, okay, Chris alifanyaje, how do you position yourself for that as an entrepreneur?
You see, when I walk into an event, even if I know, you know, almost 20 years down the line right now, I always walk in with an open mind. That within this group of people, that within this project, I will learn. And I need to know within this project, there's somebody who knows something better than I do.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't matter how old they are, doesn't matter how young they are, it doesn't matter their gender. I will always have that mindset of, as much as I know, and as much as I've been in this events industry for 20 years, there is something I can learn from somebody who is not even an events professional by just doing a simple thing, listening more and asking questions and involving everyone in every little step of the process, irrespective of whether they are experts in it, irrespective of whether they are supposed to be part of that journey or not. I involve them. When you do that and involve everybody, and there are no surprises, and you lead people, you don't command them, you lead people by example. And when you promise to do something, you do it. And when things go bad, you do not shift blame to your team, you take it.
The blame by yourself.
Yeah, that has helped me even go to a place like Zambia to help a colleague and meet people that I've never met and work with them and train them within 2-3 days. And we handled a big, huge concert that was very successful. It's because of that mindset. It's a simple thing. And then I do my homework, and then there's something else. Take time to understand your client beyond those, beyond the project. So there is someone that we used to handle their work, and he was a big shot. He was a president of a multinational, and he simply liked a particular brand of a drink, a soft drink. And most of the time, he will get very cranky if he didn't have it. So me, I gunduad, and now I used to carry that in my rucksack. And one day, when everybody could not get it, I had them. You know, simple things like me, when I'm doing an event, if I don't get tea, it will be war. So my team understands, akifika mahali kuleta chai, because I stopped drinking alcohol. I stopped drinking alcohol. So, and if I drink alcohol, maybe it's a sip of a wine or a toast of a champagne somewhere. So I'm not big on alcohol. So I take a lot of tea.
I'm checking out some feedback here. I've seen what's it called? Kate. He said the YouTube channel is Kate Chris Limited. Susie saying wisdom in here. So wise man, DJ Selector, wise words. Anasema tuheshimu Chris Kirwa sana. Is the OG of events, 15 years now. He's saying that he actually has been there from 98. I remember seeing him in Events at Capital 99. My goodness.
Well, now during the events of Capital, I think I was young. I was maybe 19 or something. So I was not doing events then, guys. Please note, I was going to study what they were doing because Capital are big on what they used to call Capital Roadshow. So there was a guy called Phil Matthews, you know, the guru in radio. I've never met anybody like him. And anybody who was trained by Phil Matthews, then they are the level of like one of your bosses. They are called Japani, some serious guy. So those levels of minds. That's why Japan succeeds every day. That's why your Radio Maisha is ahead. That's why a lot of people who leave Radio Maisha and go elsewhere, they go succeed because there's some serious. You know, Capital FM has been there for almost 20 years now. Yeah,
it's a long time.
The reason why I used to attend those events is to learn. There was nothing else I used to do. I was when people are concentrating on artist performance, I'll go behind the scenes to see how are people coming in. Where did people park? Are you seeing the kind of things I was doing? So I'll go and then the whole concert is happening. Mimi niko nje nikicheki venye parking inafanyika. You know, I can do that in a whole event. I can attend event and just go study how the parking is happening. Who has that patience?
Like everybody else.
The millennials is hiding under your patience, brother. And many people don't have that patience. But
Sitting tuende tukaangalia msanii performance that you know mikono juu the whole night.
yeah, because you see me, I don't look at the glamour side of it. I look at if I was to be given this event, what is it that these people have done better than me, and what is it that I could have done better? So you have that in mind, so that the next time now I have an event, either similar or that same event, I can do it better. But most people are not willing to invest in that. You will find people who do maybe PR. And so because they do PR in the company, then all of a sudden now they're told, now you do an event. They say, okay, we'll do the event. Now, you know, in PR, most of the time, unaita nyinyi media, unaweka bana mbili tatu. Naandika very nice communication, and they do excellent work. But event business is a science that I see people saying, oh, you know, I supply flowers, I do food, and and I do events. What is I do events?
Now I see that a lot.
My people need to stop saying I do events. What do you mean by I do events?
What's the science?
No. Mtu anaweza kuja sema I do doctoring. Ulizwe I do engineering. What is I do engineering? So people need to stop and realize events industry is such a serious business. You cannot wake up in South Africa, for example, where the event industry is a bit higher than us, and say I do events. What do you mean by you do events? What exactly are you? Because events is a lot of things. It's engineering. It's security. It's catering. It's lighting engineering. It's live transmission,
stage design,
expertise, it's stage design. It's safety and security. It's risk assessment. It's all those things. So you can't just wake up and say, me would do events. What do you mean by we would do events, man? So take your time.
I see that a lot. Especially the entrepreneurs. I see that a lot. And I'm sure maybe some of them are watching here.
Mtu atachomoa business card ameandika I supply cakes nini and I do events.
Our digital marketing, videography, the events.
I'm a risk assessment expert and stage design, sound engineering, because those are things I do. And then I say I supply cakes. I just stick to my business.
And DJ is asking just here, what's it called? Advise us DJs who own PAs. I think probably maybe just from his question, maybe I can just add on to it. How do you get to build up this particular events business? Because I see a lot of people nikona equipment kidogo nataka kuingia events. How do you build it? Because I meet a lot of people. My speaker moja ama mbili ama mimi DJ nataka. How do I grow it? And that's a bigger picture. And I think that's where most people are struggling. Most of the people watching this.
Usisema unataka kuingia events. The correct words are, I have equipment, I want to be a supplier. Let's differentiate. There's a big difference between an events person and a supplier. Now, let me explain to you what a supplier is. A supplier is somebody who has something that they can supply to an event. It can be green vegetables. And I know that sounds funny. But you are supplying that to a caterer in an event. You can be a caterer who will bring food. You can be a pub who are specialized in handling that business, and then that's what you're supplying. Now, you as a DJ, because you've grown through your skills and now you've invested in equipment, now, how professional are you? It's about your professionalism that will open the doors, your keeping. How are your guys dressed? Unaingia kwa gigi ya mtu, wewe DJ umevaa t-shirt ya tetemesha na Safaricom ama
an event ya Airtel.
Ama TB, ama Jubilee 20 and whatever, tuko pamoja. You know, ama umevaa t-shirt ya Arsenal kwa event ya mtu. You know, maybe the groom that you are supplying the PA to is a new person. So how are you dressed? Basics. Imagine the basics. You don't arrive on time. Umekuja mazee, sound yako kwanza unafunganisha mawaya, unaumwa hivi, unaweka kiselo
It's so common.
Wewe ndio wa kwanza kwenda kukula food ya client. Wewe mnaenda kukula food ya client. then
ukule round
ukiuko
round
tu
two.
by mistake ukue na alcohol, wendi utalewa kuliko hata wale guest waliinvitiwa.
True.
Let me tell you, it's about the basics. How you present yourself, how you behave, what time, how you conduct yourself. Then unapata DJ amealikwa, lakini he's being accompanied by some 7 other loose guys who have no particular basics.
Watu wa mkondo. Team.
No, wako tu wamesikia gig iko, so wana accompany tu, wamepanda tu kwa pick up hivi na equipment, wako hapo. Pia sasa kuna kadem kamtaa kameona siku hizi umeendelea, pia kamekuja kuhang around, ama wewe ndio umemuinvite aone vile wewe ni superstar. Basics. Once you clear the basics, because remember what people don't know, that wedding you are supplying looks like just a normal wedding, but remember the people wedding and the people in the lineup and the guests are executives of certain companies somewhere who can make a decision and decide you are so serious with the way you presented yourself, and they give you their corporate gigs. So Kirwa is not here to advise you and give you now a blueprint of unajua mazee ukitaka kusupply event even ndio kunaendaga. No, ni wewe venye utabehave. It's about you. It's not me, but it's about your unajiconduct aje. I'll give you, for example, when we had meetings for Choma na Ngoma at your place, ask them if you were ever late even once. Ask them for 2 years, you were never late even once. If anything, we always used to arrive.
So many times.
We were never
late. You guys always arrive before time.
Even in setup, we will always be ahead of time. And that's and we decided that's how we will do. Now, you, what are you doing? After when you DJ, tell me why I should call you to my event. Mimi sasa.
Anajua kumix gengetone. Anajua kumix gengetone.
That's another thing. Study the crowd. I've seen people who they have good equipment and they have good skills, but they are poor in judging because you need to judge the crowd. Even when you're emceeing and DJing, you need to the reason why we arrive early, if I'm an MC, is to gauge the crowd. Unaangalia wase wanakaaje. How what type are they? Remember, you're not playing for yourself. And you're not the star of the event. Ndio shida saa zingine unapataga MC fulani yeye ameona yeye ni star. Alafu na kurecycle jokes ulipata uliona kwa YouTube mahali ama uliattend show. So you're forgetting kuna mtu wako hapo, because the 5 minutes when you open your mouth as an MC, for example, there are people who will be glued to you because they think you have content, or there are people who will switch off waiting for the event to end. Wakuondoke. So what are you doing? So simple things. So umefika hata event, hata ukuweka ka request kameza. Alafu umeka equipment, mawaya zinaonekana, alafu bag zenyu, alafu hata ni event ya client wa Coke, lakini mumebeba juice ya afya hapo chini, na mumebeba maji ingine ya brand ingine hata haijaisikika Kenya. As in simple basics. What event are you supplying? How do you behave? How do you conduct yourself? Do you have a business card? Do you una smokigi na venye wewe ni otero, unaasha tu sigara mahali unaanza kuvuta hapo?
Lazima tu Steve.
Usikule chakula ya client. Bebeni food yenu. Carry your own food. Why am I inviting you to my event to come and eat my food? Wewe KTN inakupatiaga food ya free.
Sika tunajipanga tu.
Kuna siku KTN wamekuletea bottle hapo kwa meza wakwambia sasa ndio hii Jameson ama sijui ni gani.
No.
But you are coming to play in my event and you want my food and you want my drinks. Get real. Those are the simple things. Yeah, so if you get some DJs, let me mention, maybe DJ John Falme, maybe, I don't know who, DJ Mo, the reggae guy or someone. Anaingia maze pale. You know, someone like DJ Joe, for example, the guy carries 2 sets of equipment.
Oh, just in case.
Everything he carries, he has 2. In case hii moja ilete shida, anatoa hivi, anafix ingine, anaendelea. Wewe concentration yako ni food na pombe yangu.
Vitu za bure, open bar. Maybe Chris, also as you wind up, we have like 5 minutes. Because we've spoken about events, but we are facing a disruption and you don't know for how long. We don't know events, companies are Rudy, back to normal. I don't know how things are going to be. In your perspective, because you've been in the industry for over more than a decade, what's the future like, considering the situation you are in?
We are not going to be normal the way we were soon. It will take time for us probably to go where we are, and I don't think we'll ever go back to where we are. People have tested they have tested options, they've tested and experienced alternatives, and the alternatives I'm talking about is for people who probably own office blocks in major cities across the world. All of a sudden you might find that there'll be less demand for that, because people have learned that you can actually work from home. Before this kind of an interview, we would have come to your studios and we are recording there. Now we can do it at home because all I need is internet, and I have good. In fact, I have good lighting than you. I have better lighting than you. But you see, it's because now people have invested in those kind of things where I know if KTN Home calls me, I need to give them a broadcast signal. You understand? So so people have shifted operations to the sitting room. And if it's not a sitting room, you realize this Casavan Squatter can actually be my office. So there is that. Then the hybrid type of events will happen, meaning you will have people physically at an event, but you'll also have now, you will never ignore the fact that there are people who will want to watch from home and probably even ready to pay. So you have this YouTube link that you are allowed access once you pay, So maybe it's in a form of a webinar. So, and then you pay a certain amount and then you are able now to attend. Most people that depended on conferences, flying people in terms of airlines, local transportations, accommodation, food, that might reduce, because the amount of money that probably a multinational used to spend, they will say, we will fly half these people to that particular venue, but the rest of you guys, you will have to join in. So you see, there will be a reduction of business. And it will now build maybe digital space requirements from, like now I'm using a phone and a gimbal and I have a light. So maybe a lot of that will now get business. Like I'm sure the people who are selling lights and gimbals and stuff like that are making more money right now than they've ever made. So that's the disruption that is coming in the events industry. The safety protocols is another bigger thing now. And I have said this severally, but for the sake of this interview, if you've been ignoring safety and security, you are in for a very tough time, because there is no negotiation. There is a body called Tourism Regulatory Authority. Their work is to look at quality and standards. And right now, their major focus is on safety. So if you're organizing an event, if you guys are doing your event, maybe it's a KTN home, fans meet together at a particular venue, you have to meet the safety and security protocols that were released by the Ministry of Tourism. And it's a whole document of like 80 pages. So before guys could ignore, you're supposed to have safety boots, but you come in slippers. You're supposed to have a crash helmet, umevaa kofia ya giveaway. That thing is not going to happen. You understand?
No, it's true.
Like now you guys have a department led by some serious people there called health and safety.
OSHA,
OSHA.
Organization Health Safety. Yeah, OSHA. Yeah.
OSHA right now are the most important departments in an organization right now. They used to be, but now even your CEO cannot go against them. If OSHA says this is not happening, that's it.
No, it's true. After all meetings, they are starting.
Yeah, for people who are taking for granted that, and that's our success at Chris. As we are big on safety and security, when people are running away from security head and safety, as we run towards them, that's the difference.
True.
And they will tell you. And I can proudly say your guys respect us a lot in KTN.
No, I know. That I surely know.
Yeah.
I wish you can go on and on, because there's a lady called Susan Asema. Invite him again, please.
Sawa.
Wamorona Asema ti watu wabebenge packed lunch. But I highly appreciate your time, Chris. I think we should do this again. I've really enjoyed it. I've seen guys here have really learned from there, because the whole experience. Before what to Kulala, at least I learned something. And thanks so much for having created time.
Thank you too for having us. I mean, and people, please notice when I was speaking, maybe I was sounding a bit angry. And the reason why I'm sounding like that is, guys, let me tell you the truth. With COVID, cutting corners will not happen. With COVID, not doing things the way they are supposed to be done will not happen. Clients have limited budgets right now. So they will choose the most efficient person, the person who listens, the persons who actually meet the KPIs and the objectives of that particular event. So be in that place where people know if we contract this particular person, they are professional, they are humble, they are willing to learn, they are willing to add value. So things are tough in everywhere in business right now. So who is giving you business? Even you guys don't have a lot of advertisers on board the way you used to have.
No, it's true.
So
it's
everywhere. You'll give a lot of value. If I book one advert, you'll tell me you'll give me 3 for free. Yeah, so what is it that you, as an event person, is giving for free? If KTN Home is giving 3 slots for free, what are my 3 slots? Ask yourself, what are your 3 slots?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Thank you so much, Chris. Nashukuru sana. Let me give you a call after this. Kuna kitu ingine nakwambia. Thank you.
Asante.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you guys for watching. All right.